Yeah, good morning, everybody. As you all know, I'm Robert Tugiagbe, and something just happened just as recently that I really want to talk to you guys about. If you're watching me from TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, or YouTube, I'd like you to please subscribe and follow me. And there's something that I really want to talk about Julius Malema of South Africa. First of all, who is Julius Malema? Julius Malema is the current president of the Economic Freedom Fighters of South Africa, which is the EFF. He's the current president of the Economic Freedom Fighter, EFF, in South Africa. And ever since he has been in power as the president of EFF, he has really been doing a very good job for a lot of South African citizens, especially a lot of Africa. And he is the one that I will call for United States of Africa. He's one of the people who are saying down that Africa must be united, Africa must have one president, Africa must have one international passport, and Africa must be governed by one rule, which is very important for Africa. And he is also one of the people that have been fighting against imperialism, colonialism, and exploitation in Africa. And right there in South Africa, he has also been the one that has been demanding for the white people who took over the land that originally belongs to black people of South Africa. He has been the one that has been demanding for the land back without no compensation. Because according to the white extremists that are in South Africa, who sees themselves above the black South Africans who live in South Africa, they are demanding the land. They said they want to give back the land to the black people who originally owned it, but with a compensation, which is very bad, and that's never going to be agreed by we Africans. According to Julius Malema, he said that there will be no compensation for any land before they can give back the land which they originally stole from their great-grandfathers, which are the black original people of South Africa. So ever since then, he has been striving hard to become the president of the South Africa, and even the past South African election that was just held some months ago, he also contested, but he didn't win the election. You know, I don't know why the black people in South Africa still find it very important to keep voting for their oppressor, which are the white people that live in South Africa, rather than voting for their own fellow black brother who has been teaching the unity, all because Julius Malema said that he's going to open borders and allow people who are seeking asylum, people who want to visit South Africa, to visit South Africa through the border. So, yeah, I don't know why South African black people are not that okay with that. I'm not here to insult anybody. If you're from South Africa, you're watching me, I'm not insulting you. I'm not saying that you're bad, or I'm not saying that you are against every other African citizens. But what I'm saying is that mentality of seeing yourself above every other African citizens is not good. That is the colonial mentality. That mentality was being installed in you during the time of apartheid. And that mentality is being governed up to this very day, so that you can keep seeing yourself above every other Africans, not letting you to interact and do business with every of your fellow other Africans, your neighboring country. And please don't forget, during the time of apartheid, during the time the so-called white people that you vote for, instead of voting for your fellow brother in this previous election, during the time their fathers was molesting you, during the time of apartheid, Nigeria president, as at then, sent billions worth of dollars to South Africa to assist them to fight against apartheid. Because when Mandela was arrested and was imprisoned, Mandela sent a letter to Nigerian president, as at then, that he should not forget South Africa, that South Africa is also Nigeria. South African freedom means a lot to Nigeria, that he should never forget South Africa in this fight against apartheid, as at then. So as at then, Nigerian president sent a lot of billions of dollars to South Africa, and also sent 10,000 military troops of Nigeria army to South Africa to help them fight against the apartheid regime of them. Then President Nelson Mandela also wrote a letter to President of Ghana, as at then, that he should never forget South Africa, because South Africa means a lot to Ghana, that we are the same, we are one black man, that he should please help him in the fight against the apartheid, because Mandela was already arrested. And in jail he couldn't do anything. So he has to write a letter down to the people he knows, down to his fellow African brothers and sisters, his fellow Africans sisters and brothers, to help him fight against the apartheid when he was in prison. And when he also sent a letter to Ghana that Ghana should please help him fight against the apartheid regime in South Africa, President of Ghana as at then sent billions of dollars to South Africa to help them fight against the apartheid regime, and also send a lot of soldiers to South Africa too to help them fight it. You know, South Africa black brothers and sisters, what I want you guys to understand, that the time the white people was molesting you during the time of apartheid, the same people that you are sending away from your country now through the midst of xenophobic are the same people who helped you fight against apartheid. Don't ever forget that. Your fellow Africans that you are taking as lesser people than you are the same people who helped you fight against apartheid during the time the so-called white people, which you are protecting now, which you are voting into power now, were molesting you during the time of apartheid. Let me tell you, my fellow brothers and my fellow brothers that lives in South Africa, please, if you're watching this video, I'd like you to share so that the video can also get to your fellow brothers in South Africans too, so that they can understand the fact that we are all together in this. Yeah, South Africa is still being colonized. The DA party that is ruling South Africa is an apartheid party. That party is the one who sees itself as above you, the black people who are voting them into power. It's time you have to wake up from these mental shackles, from these shackles of mental slavery in South African people. Don't allow anybody deceive you. We are all Africans. We are the same. We should behave as the same. Until we do so, we will never be free. South Africa is not free. Nigerian people has a stone tied to their leg. South African people has a stone tied to their leg. Ghanaian people has a stone tied to their leg. Senegalese people has a stone tied to their leg. Morocco, Libya, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Tanzania, we all have stones tied to our leg. What is the stone that is being tied to our leg? That stone of colonialism, that stone of imperialism is being tied to our leg. Until we come together and make job together and agree. First of all, we have to set ourselves free from mental slavery and start loving ourselves, start having that self-love within ourselves. Then we come together and agree to become one country as Africa, which is going to be the United States of Africa. Africa will never be free. No matter how you do it. South African people, you can never do it alone. Have that at the back of your head. Ghanaian people, you can never do it alone. Have that at the back of your head. Nigerian people, you can never do it alone. Have that at the back of your head. Morocco, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Tanzania, Somalia, Egypt, or wherever you are from Africa, Swaziland, Zambia, Tanzania, anywhere you are in Africa, you can never do it alone. We have to come together and become one country, which is the United States of Africa. That is the only way we can be free. That is the only way we can be free. I understand that our previous leaders have tried to do this before, but they were being interfered. It's always being interfered. Whenever they try to unite Africa and make Africa free from exploitation and slavery, which we are going through now, there's always an interference by the Western countries who want to keep us in this bondage. But I want to let you know, my brothers and sisters, it's time for us, we black people, to wake up. It's time for us to stop hating ourselves, and it's time for us to start liking ourselves, because that's the only way we can be truly free. African leader can never do anything about it. They can only try and succeed to tell us what is going on in Africa, but they can never do anything about it, because the power that is above them is higher than them. Africa doesn't have F-35 to fight America. Africa doesn't have nuclear weapons to fight America. So it's going to be very hard. But until we citizens come together and start loving ourselves, it can never be done. It's time for us to come together, my fellow brothers and sisters. Please, if you're watching me from YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching me from Facebook, Instagram, and if you still watch to this very extent, comment, make a comment on the below so that I can know that you watch watch the video to this very extent. And please don't forget to subscribe or follow me for more. I'll see you on my next video very soon. Stay tuned. Africa must be free, whether they like it or not.